Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV on the PC. We are playing as a level 57 Scholar in Heavensward, the first expansion. We are partway through the main story of said expansion. We are in the process of having Cid put together a ship that can get us into this lair of the dragon Nidhogg so that we can kill it. But in the meantime, shit. We have learned that there's apparently something going on in Ul'dah related to the Sultana, Nanamo, who was believed to have been poisoned and killed, but perhaps is not killed. A general summons. General Raubon says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts, and he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Mangg. Pressing through Ishgard's plight may be. Our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalan and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphino. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. 'Tis past time Ul'dah was delivered from this darkness. Alright, so we can't, gotta go to Horizon and fly over. But that's okay, because that gives me time to talk about this UI, which, if you are paying any sort of attention, you'll notice very quickly that it's different. So there aren't many mods for Final Fantasy XIV or add-ons. It's not like WoW. There are some, though. There are some that make like characters' faces look better, hair look better. There's some UI mods. There's some mods that make that improve the resolution of like icons, like ability icons and stuff. And so this one is one that's more well known and popular. It's called Material UI. And it just basically updates everything to much more of a modern look than base Final Fantasy XIV is. And I really like it. I think it's great. This is the Discord skin, I guess. They had Discord or Black, and I felt Black was just a little bit too plain. Discord is basically just gray, but yeah, it redoes like all the windows. It does the dialogue. It does your cast bars. As you can see, the cast bar is different. Yeah, you know, inventory, character screen, all the windows have this redone thing. And I don't know, it just looks a lot better. It's not like a huge drastic change. It's not actually like remaking the UI or the windows or anything. It's just sort of retexturing them a little bit. But I like it. Now again, technically I think this is against the terms of service because they don't really like add-ons of any kind. But as long as it doesn't affect anything except for what you see, no one really cares.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Meriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
Not.
Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo, and for Ul'dah!
Nice. Fuck yeah. Our target is Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Meriel is still in hiding there. Oh, I also, of course, as you can see, I repositioned the target health bar to being like above all of my shit there. I saw another person's UI that they did that, and I can see the logic behind it, you know, consolidating all the information into one spot. You know, you don't have to flick your eyes around. I don't know if I like it, though. It takes a bit of getting used to have this health bar just in the middle. Which is odd, because for WoW, by default, WoW health bars are in the upper left, I think. Everything's in the upper left. But most UIs and stuff tend to put it in the center. So I should be used to it, but I wish that the health bars in this game were not as, like, long. Why do they need to be so long? I mean, just massive. If I know of any returning residents, gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. What brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just about doubled our population. Looking for Meriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Well, that's what happens after you poison the leader of a country. What am I doing walking like a chump? Meriel. Aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Rarely leaves her house, though. Someone closest to the market entrance. Flying Nimbus, away! Oh, here you can see the flying pose. Isn't that perfect with a Lalafell? It's just great. I I do enjoy it. Closest to the market entrance. That would be this house. There she is. The conspirator.
You are Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me.
I seen your face, bitch! Ho ho ho!
General Alden.
Better start begging for mercy.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Uh-oh.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Lonorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity, Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Meriel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
She lost a fucking arm!
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilbird's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleji Adeleji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find Her Grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
I still don't get how a sleeping potion makes someone like spasm in death throes before suddenly collapsing. I don't know. I don't know. By the 12, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Doesn't really matter. Awakening in Ul'dah. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Okay. Royal Promenade. Yeah, I mean, Lolorito's... There's no way he's, like, a good guy. I mean, clearly he saved your life because it supports his goals at the moment, but he doesn't give a shit about anything. Now he just gets off scot-free with his part in the whole plan. He's probably, like... He's filled the vacuum left by Teleji. So he's probably like one of the most powerful people in the country, in the city-state. And then who knows, maybe he'll someday benefit from killing Nanamo. It's all bullshit. Drain the swamp. Why does she have stuffed animals? What the fuck? She's not a child. The leader of a country. This is like... I don't know. It's like Margaret Thatcher or something that had just an array of stuffed animals on her bed. I don't know. It's weird.
I was having the longest dream.
"'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrias. Yes, well, it would appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
Shit.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and lady, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves.
It's about time.
Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Crystal Braves was like if we combined the U.S. military, the Canadian military, and the Mexican military, and put them all under command of like a teenager with no battle experience whatsoever. I mean, it's like, why would? It's insane that the leaders. It's insane that anyone supported it. Honestly. I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil, but the fact remains, there is no man alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. I mean, let it be said that I don't really care for Alphino that much. He's just sort of a whiny asshole that just, I don't know, he doesn't really do anything. I've never really seen him do anything. The only thing that I saw him do by himself was help defend, well, actually he defended his own honor in that trial by combat, really. But at least, you know, he manned up and did it. A brave resolution. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured that Her Grace will make a full recovery. Aye, and Ulda too shall flourish once more. General Rauban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Ugiri, a question, if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Ah, yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilbaird's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me? I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Mangg? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. I don't want anything to do with this group. They never accomplished a single thing. They're shit. You're shit. Alright. Guess I gotta go. Up. Revenant's Toll. And the Scions, I don't even know if they exist anymore. I mean, they had that first attack where they wiped out most of our, like, lesser members that no one cared about. And then in the big riot event thing, the rest have all gone except for me and Alphino. Oh, and Orange. But he almost doesn't really do anything either. It's all me. Really, it's all me. Commander? You're alive? You're alive! And Mangg, too. I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Ah, you'll not hear us complaining. It was a sight messier than expected, aye, but we was still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Aye. You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you've a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we've all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other, and to you. Commander, Alphino, our minds are made up. So you may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Minfili and the others. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. I just find this, like, unflinching loyalty by anyone to Alphino is just not realistic, I guess. I don't know. Pray excuse me. I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. That doesn't mean anything. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Mangg. But as Thaliak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. Ready to fly. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Uraje in the Waking Sands and Tataru in Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Alright, back to the ship. The one-man ship. Whoops, yeah. Bang! How in the 7 hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fort Tall Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estinian was looking for you. Whoop. Last vigil. Stinian. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Oldens, then. Mistress Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these mana cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Emmerich? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. I suppose that makes sense. I really like the Foundation Ishgard music. Yeah.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphinaud's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, The journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no.
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, 'twould seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Alright. I have pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. I agree. Into the Eyrie, baby. Oh, and we get a mana cutter. Okay, we actually get to fly a mana. Okay. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the mana cutters. It's gonna be good. It's sort of crazy that Nidhogg is in just a 4-person dungeon. I would have thought he would have been like a raid or something. At least a big trial. Maybe you just like, you don't kill him here. And then he powers up and then you have to do an 8-man trial. That could be it. Mangg, old friend. The cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a Surmet. fuck is Surmet? Surmet drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, warrior flight. The dread worm awaits. The area is now accessible. Alright, once more into the breach. So let's see here. We got 3 bosses. First one has an attack where you have to move into its melee range, otherwise it'll damage you. It's called Electric Cacheexis. If you get the prey debuff on you, you have to run to one of the tall pillars in the room to transfer it, and there are ads. Okay, interesting. Second boss places clouds of poison around the room. Then he spawns bombs. And you have to move them into the poison clouds before killing them. Okay. And then the third boss, increase the number of fiery orbs that do burning damage, then fire off a line AoE. Players get trapped. You gotta free them. Instant death attack, multiple waves of ads. There's an NPC you have to keep alive by healing him. And then you got to get under a protective shield to avoid the instant death attack. Okay. Great. Sounds a little complicated, but hey, that's what we're all about. The Airy. Do it up. Instant Q, baby. Alrighty. Make sure you have sprint in the hotbar, just saying. Okay. That's worrisome, but alright. Oh, for right now? I guess for right now. Alright. Pulling a bunch. Okay. I wonder if, like, random, like, you know, trash pulls ever get that interesting in this game. Maybe in, like, 80 hard mode or something. I don't know. Maybe. I think it's more just, like, about pulling massive amounts of enemies. And that's what makes those pulls interesting. But really, yeah, it's mostly about the bosses. So, yeah, you can see the health bar there in the center now. Lower center. The thing that's throwing me off, I guess, it's a relatively small thing, but just seeing, like, that my debuff is on them when I flick through. I keep looking up, and that's not where it is. Also, I look at my health bar in the party screen way more than at the bottom of the screen. I guess maybe most healers do that. Okay, I don't remember this fight. What the hell did I read? Oh yeah, you gotta move in when he casts the big spell and transfer the prey. Fuck, I didn't even see him casting that. Alright, it didn't do too much. Oh, I have prey. Hold on. There we go. Did it. Okay. That's not too bad. Oh, I was too late. I just saw the cast bar. That's the other thing is I'm used to looking at the top for cast bar. Fuck. And that's the thing I like about WoW and its add-on system is you can really do everything with the interface exactly the way you like it. There are definitely some things about the UI here that I would change. Alright, that was cool. Not too difficult, but cool. Ooh, 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 ooh. I guess I'll agree. Agree. Oh, shit. I gotta run. I gotta run. Oh, fuck. But I'm just a little Lalafell. I'm too slow. Shit, he's dying fast. Oh shit, he's dying fast. Okay. Oh, that's a target. Okay, that's even better. All right. Sprinting again? All right. Hey, look, I AoE'd a little bit. All right, second boss. This was the poison clouds that you have to lead bombs into. I don't think I have to worry about that. I ain't handling that shit. I just heal. Shit. Okay. Oh, I see. It'll consume it itself. But if it consumes 4 of them, it explodes for a lot of damage and poisons all of us. I gotcha. Now I understand. So you want it to consume a couple, so you don't have overwhelming poison clouds, but not too many. I think we got this one in the bag. Nice. Let's see. No. Sure. Nah. Sure. Nice. What class is this, by the way? Oh, monk. That's the monk symbol. You never see a monk. I was confused. Alright, so far so good. No deaths. Not that it's a very hard dungeon, but that's always the goal, right? More treasure? Oh, 3 clear prisms. So that's why I shouldn't go for the treasure. They know which ones have like good shit in it, and which ones have like regular little crappy items, and which ones are mimics. Yeah, there are mimics in the game, as I unfortunately learned during a dungeon run, nearly wiping the party. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. It's all good. We're all good. We're all good. Oh, more. Alright, we're fine. I didn't know those were like little weaklings. It's all good. Alright, defeat Nidhogg. Here we go. You must strike while he is weak. Oh, okay. So Estinian is the NPC we have to protect. That makes sense. So to be clear, Estinian, your skill as Dragoon means nothing. We could have hired like a bum from the tavern to just hold the eye there. I guess. Estinian's probably easier to protect than a bum. Alright, a lot of mechanics here, but goal number 1 is keep Estinian alive. Okay. Shit. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm targeted with something. I don't remember what it does. Oh, I'm trapped. Okay. Help! Help me! Alright, good. Good job, people. You did good work. Succor! Alright, so these are the things. Yeah, okay. Succor. Hard to get them all together for the sucker. Right. Now, I don't remember what he's... Okay, I should heal him, right? Damn, I really wish I had a regen. Alright, it's not too bad. Let's do one of these, and do one of these, and we'll do one of these. Estinian ain't dying on my watch, don't worry. Ale! Ale! See, I wish I could make the target cast bar bigger. That would be nice. Whoa. I didn't want to heal Balthazar Chungus. Trying to heal Estinian Wormblood. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. 21%. Pop off some big heals here. Oh, we're gonna have to free our pal here. Got it. Oh, look at that. We didn't kill him, and he's flying away. Who could have possibly predicted such a turn of events? Dude, what happened to Mangg? He stopped cheering. What is going on? Alright. Let's see. Gladiator, gladiator. No, okay. Whatever. I got one commendation. Probably was from Balthazar Chungus. Oh, I mean, I didn't read what he said, but you can imagine what Nidhogg...
This ends here!
You can imagine what Nidhogg's saying to Estinian. Oh, Dragoon! Oh my god, he got the other eye.
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat, Dyrendare, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull?
Thanks.
Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried.
Well, let's see. What dragon have we seen with yellow eyes and is missing an eye? That would be Hraesvelgr. Question is, what exactly happened there?
'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
Though Nidhogg is fallen, my heart is yet heavy, and this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. Oink. Nice, ether current. This. You can now summon the mana cutter mount. Really? That's pretty funny. Oh, there it is. Sure enough. I mean, without being able to fly, it's a little lame, but I think once it can fly, once we're flying, it'll probably be pretty cool and pretty fitting, although still probably moving a bit slower than it should. Alright, cool. Cool stuff. Yeah, Nidhogg is dead. Okay, I was wrong. I thought he would come back in a trial, but no, he is certainly dead with no eyes. So, what's interesting, though, is that he was apparently dead before, and he lost both eyes. Yet he recovered, so I don't know exactly what to think. But alright, questions for later times. My name is Mangg. Gaming watching has been Final Fantasy XIV. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.